Hi, welcome to tutorial number 38 for CSCI 130 Introduction to Programming here at the University of Wisconsin Parkside. We are working this time with random numbers. This is from chapters 16. Okay, this is the procedure that we're going to follow to create, to generate a random number. First, we have to define, like in here, um, an object, and we're going to call it in this case random object, which is going to be an object that belongs to the class random. So random objects is going to have a method that is going to be next. That is the one that is going to give us the number that we are looking for. So then once we create that, we also going to create another variable, which is in this case the variable that is going to hold the random number, that we're going to get it by calling a method. So random object is an object. When we do that next, we're calling the method next, and it's getting a number from 0 to whatever is the max integer, because this is an integer. Okay, so let's see here. So again, when we use the next, it's going to get a positive number from 0 up to the largest possible integer, which is 2,000,001. Since 2 billion, the number. So what we want in this chapter is to specify the range that we want for the number that we're going to generate. So I don't think we always going to need a number between 0 and 2 billion. So that's what we're going to look into this chapter. So I'm just now showing you the procedure. So we create an object, and then we create a variable that is going to use the method next. So let's see now. If we want to get numbers with decimal points, then we can use the next double method that is going to get a number between 0 and 1.0. So let's see, we can see that too. So now here, this is a good example. So we're assuming that we have a variable value. Now we know that random object.next gives me a number between 0 and max int, which we know that's a big number. Now that happens if this is empty, if we don't have anything there. However, if we specify a number like that, then this will generate a number from 0 to 6 minus 1. That means from 0 to 5. So 0 to 5 plus 1 would give me a number in the range from 1 to 6. Okay, so let's look into other examples like the one that they have here. So here we got random next. So now we can actually have two parameters. So this will give me a number from 1 to 7 minus 1, from 1 to 6. So this and this, they do the same. Now if I do random object does next double, then this is a number from 0 to 1, remember? So it can be 0.1, 0.35, so whatever. But if we do times 6, then it's going to be a number from 0 to 6. So those are the tricks to do the manipulation. So now figure 16.7 is a nice figure that has a good examples of possible ranges to get some numbers. So let's go, for example, this one, 10 plus random object next 10. So if I ignore the 10 plus random object next, it's going to be a number from 0 to 9. However, if I add to those numbers 10, then it's going to be a number from 10 to 19. That's what they mean over here. So here is a number that starts at 5 and ends to whatever this number is here, minus 1. So from 5 to 99. Random object next double, 0 to less than 1.0. And, and, and so on. So you can look at those examples. So let's practice what we just learning from this chapter. So this is what I want you to understand from this chapter, is basically to get numbers and be able to manipulate the ranges. So let's open a Visual Basic project. I already have mine here, and I have a label and a button. So I'm gonna change the title of my phone, and I'm gonna call that random number generation. Okay, so here let's change the button and say here um, click here to get a random number. Now this label, let's change the border style and size. Auto size, we change that to false. Border style, we change that to rectangle. And the text, empty. Okay, so maybe we put the button over here and the number over here. Okay, so what we're gonna practice is we're gonna click on here and we're gonna let a number is random from I don't know, from a given range. For example, let's start from numbers from 1 to 10. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna double click here. I already have an object, so step number 1, define a variable random object. So we can change the name when I'm calling this random object, so it's just easy to remember. Oh, this is the object, the object which is a random type random as new random. So we do this. Then here I'm defining my random number as an integer. Now I need to assign and say random number. So random number is a regular variable, but I want to get a number at random from a given range. So let's say then we call random object. The key is to call the next method, which is in the random object. So random object. So I know it looks confusing, but once you practice, this will be easy. Next. Then in parentheses, we're going to say, I want a number from 1 to 10. So I'm going to say 1, comma 11. Why 11? Because, okay, it starts with 1, and then the second one ends in whatever number is minus 1. So it's from 1 to 10. Now, I want to see the number, so let's put that in the label. So we only have one label. Label 1 dot text equals to whatever is in variable random number. Okay, let's review this. We define an object here. Why? Because this object, they have a method that is called next, and that's the one that gives me the number. So I need to, I have a variable that is going to capture and call the next method. So this is the one that I'm going to use. Now, the way that I assign the number is by doing random object.next here. So now this has a number. Which one? I don't know. It's going to be random. Every time that we click, it's going to select something at random from 1 to 10. And then it's going to put it in the label. So let's click F5. Let's test it. So I'm going to click. So what is it that we expect? To see a number at random from 1 to 10. 4, 10. You see, every time that I click, it gives me a number. I don't know which number, but I know it's from something from 1 to 10. So it's not going to be less than 1. It's not going to be more than 10. Okay, that's it. That's what the function is on. Okay, let's change the range. Let's say that now we want a number from 5 to 20. Well, let's put it from now 10 to 15. Then here we said I want a number from 10 to 15. Then this will be 16. Okay, then we press F5. Now we click on here. You see, the number starts at 10, and so it's not going to be less than 10 and no more than 15. And they all have equal chances of getting there. So we can even play with probabilities. Because, what is the probability of getting 12? Well, it's 1 out of 5 because we got 5 numbers, right? Let me see, 5 numbers here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. I'm sorry, it's 1 out of 6. So we got 6 choices. So they are all the same chance. Okay, let's change the range one more time. Let's say that I want even numbers from 2 to 10. Okay, then I need to play with the expression. So if I do this 1 to 6, it's going to give me numbers from 1 to 5, right? But if I want even numbers, so what about if I multiply this by 2? There. Why? Okay, this is giving me numbers from 1 to 5. But once I multiply that by 2, it's going to be, for example, here are numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 2 is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Let's check. You see, it's just even numbers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Those are my possible numbers, and those are the numbers that I want. Now let's do the same for even numbers. If I want even numbers, so this is giving me numbers 2 to 10, right? If I want even numbers from 1 to 9, then you just take away 1 from this expression. So now what I'm showing you is this function, I mean, is going to give you numbers from whatever is this initial value to whatever is this minus 1. But if you want to play with a different set of numbers, then I mean you need to create an expression. So it's part of your creativity doing that. So let's see, if you see now I got it, the odd numbers. Okay, so that's it for this tutorial. So on the next one I'm gonna go over the posting. Thank you.